Hi everyone, Jai Hind and welcome to the platform of StudyIQ IAS in English. My name is Bhavar Singh Suroi. I'm extending 115th course and qualified civil services in 2012 and I welcome you on the platform. Now in this video, we'll be talking about Abraham Accords as well as why they're in the news recently. That is, what are the new conditions that the US have imposed when it comes to the West Asian crisis and the deal that had to be struck between US and Iran. And also we'll be talking about very important implication of the Abraham Accords 2.0, and that is that what its implication is for Pakistan, why this is important for India and the Kashmir issue as well, and why this Abraham Accord is something that will, jeopardize the complete situation of Pakistan when it comes to the Kashmir issue. So these all things we'll be discussing in this complete video. So stay with me till the end so that we can understand why this is very important for India as well as for Pakistan as well. Now, when it comes to the old Middle East, so between 1948 to 2020, the situations were different. The situation was that the complete, all the Arab nations, they were together and they stood united against Israel based on the Palestinian issue or the cause. And there were three no's that these Arab nations, they followed since 1967. That is, no peace with Israel, there is no recognition of Israel, and even no negotiations with Israel as well. Now over here, this complete normalization, it was impossible without a separate state for the Palestine that these Arab nations, they were demanding. And the Pakistani stance between this period was, and even today itself is, that we are more Palestinian than the Palestinians itself. So that was the situation that was there till 2020. Now, over here right now, why this is again, or it has gained momentum, because when it comes to Donald Trump, he has demanded that the joining of the Abraham Accords is now mandatory for the nations, those who wish to be part of the grand Iran peace deal. At the same time, over here, the target is Pakistan, along with Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Turkey as well. And over here, Donald Trump has said that you have to sign now or be excluded from the new security umbrella that will be there for the West Asia as well as for the Strait of Hormuz as well. Now, when it comes to Abraham Accords, this was the handshake deal that was brokered in 2020, and it normalized the ties between Israel and the Arab countries, specifically the four of the countries which have signed the accord. That is, initially it was signed by UAE and Bahrain. Later on, Sudan as well as Morocco have joined the Abraham Accords as well. Now, this Abraham Accord has been named after Prophet Abraham, who is the common ancestor of Jews and Arabs as well. So in Arab nation, he is called as Ibrahim, but in the Judaism, he is called as Abraham. Now, this has completely shifted the focus to the economy and the security first in the region and the Palestine issue later on. The goal was to create that there should be a united front against the common threats, like for example, Iran when it comes to the Arab nations as well as Israel in the region. Now, this accord, it was brokered by USA. At the same time, how this accord works is that there is recognition, that is formal diplomatic recognition of the Israel by the Arab nation, and they have to open the embassies in Tel Aviv, and there were the opening of the embassies in Abu Dhabi as well. There was later on the economic ties between these nations where there were direct flights, tourism and the massive trade in technology as well as agriculture as well. At the same time, there was sharing of the intelligence and the advanced defense systems also. Like we have seen that the Israel has shifted its Iron Dome technology to the UAE right now. But at the same time, right now we are seeing in 2026, because of the West Asian crisis, there had been the mandatory clause that makes it a survival requirement than that of a choice. So till now, it was a choice between the Arab nations to join the accord or not to join the accord. But right now, Donald Trump has made this mandatory that if you'll join the clause, then you'll be the part of the complete scenario that will be there in the West Asia. Otherwise, the deal, you will be out of the deal. You will be out of the security arrangement that will be there in the West Asia, or to be specifically in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, why Pakistan is trapped right now? When it comes to the Pakistan, the economy of Pakistan is quite squeezed. All right, now when it comes to the Pakistan, it is facing a severe debt crisis. At the same time, its big brothers, that is Saudi Arabia and UAE, they have already moved towards Israel. And like I said, UAE has already signed the Abraham Accords already. All right, and it is the Saudi Arabia that may sign the accords later on as well. Now, if Saudi Arabia signs the Abraham Abraham Accord. So Pakistan will lose its ideological shield that it has. At the same time, there is the domestic fire where it comes to the public sentiment. So they are aligned with the Palestine, or they are pro-Palestine. And ultimately, if the Pakistan, it signs the Abraham Accord, so the normalization, it could lead to a civil unrest and even a coup that we can see in the Pakistan itself. So this is, a kind of jeopardy that the Pakistan is right now when it comes to signing of the Abraham Accords. Now, also it is very important because when it comes to the Kashmir issue, so Pakistan actually treats the Palestine as equal to the Kashmir that is here. Now, if Pakistan recognizes that Israel's occupation of Palestine, so it is, if it recognizes that thing, so ultimately it will lose the moral ground to oppose India's position that is there on the Kashmir. And this is the existential dilemma that we are talking about for the Pakistani military establishment as well. So this is the paradox that Pakistan is facing right now, that how can I fight for a house in the north that is in Kashmir when I have already sold my neighbor's house that is there in the west or the Palestine. So that is the paradox or the jeopardy situation that the Pakistan is facing right now. At the same time, when it comes to India, so India is moving towards west and it is developing ties. We have seen the recent visit by the Prime Minister Modi to UAE. All right, and also the the growing ties between India and UAE that we are seeing right now. As well as if you'll see that there is I2U2 grouping where we have India, Israel, UAE and USA that could be termed as the equivalent of the Quad partnership in the West Asia. There is also AMEC corridor for which the Cyprus have also, it has taken the keen interest, and also UAE has been, UAE is already on the pipeline, and we have the, Italy as well, which have said that they will be, they will be there when it comes to the AMEC corridor, which is equivalent to the new Silk corridor that will be developed by India. Now, this AMEC corridor is very important because it bypasses the two of the important choke points, that is the Strait of Hormuz as well as Bab el-Mandeb as well. So over here, this is the India Middle East European Economic Corridor that will connect India directly to the UAE, and then from UAE to Saudi Arabia, and then from the Israel, it will connect it to the Western, to the Eastern Europe, and ultimately it will connect to the Western Europe as well, to France and Germany as well. So this is again very important, and over here it is very important to note that if Pakistan remains isolated or unstable, and ultimately that will threaten these trade routes which are there. And when it comes to India, India is following the de-hyphenation treaty or the strategy when it comes to the complete West Asian crisis. So now we can maintain the ties or great ties with both, that is Israel as well as with the Arab nations as well. And that is not the leverage that Pakistan has right now. Because when it comes to Pakistan, Pakistan is seeing the Abraham Accords on the other side as well. Because when it comes to signing of the Abraham Accords, the nations which have signed these accords, they had been granted some concessions. Like for example, if you'll see the trade ties between UAE and Israel. So as per the 2024 data, it was more than $3 billion. At the same time, the Morocco when it signed the Abraham Accord, so US recognized the Western Sahara as well for Morocco. At the same time, the Sudan was removed from the global terror list after the joining of the Abraham Accord. So they were given certain concessions while, moving ahead with the Abraham Accord. And that is what these carrots that the Pakistan is looking for right now, while fearing the stick of the domestic backlash it may have if it joins the Abraham Accord. Now, over here, it is very important to note that when it comes to the exit ramp of the Iran as of May 2026, so over here, Trump has the grand bargain, which requires that the Iran must stop the nuclear enrichment. That is the first condition that Trump has. The second is that the Sunni world, it should recognize Israel, and the complete regional security will be under US-Israel umbrella, and that is what Trump wants right now. Now, Trump also wants Pakistan to provide the military legitimacy to this Muslim-Jewish peace deal, and that is why Trump is forcing the Pakistan also to sign the Abraham Accord. And as per the latest record, Pakistan has denied signing the Abraham Accord because again, there will be a diplomatic backlash as well as there will be complete loss of the ideology of Pakistan over the Kashmir issue. Alright, so that would be all in this video. I hope that now you have the complete understanding why Pakistan is in jeopardy as per the new demand by the US President Donald Trump related to the Abraham Accord. So that would be all, but at the same time, if you are preparing for the GS for the UPSC 2027 or 2028, so we have the GS Foundation batch, that is P2I, and the batch name is Resolution. Now you can join this batch, which is modeled upon the SMART model. Now, SMART model is where you get the structured classes, you get the right mentorship, there is proper assessment, even revision, and the test series that you get upon the enrolling into the platform of StudyIQ, and that is the right way and the right the right track to complete your preparation for the UPSC, because you must have seen what kind of examination and what kind of the kind of thinking and the kind of knowledge that the UPSC requires right now. Alright, so again, this is very important that you can join this batch, and for the maximum discount, what you can do is you can use the code that is BRS Live for the maximum discount that you will get on our platform. So that would be all in this video. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me over here. Please do like the session as well as subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of the updates, and also do not forget to share this with your friends. So that would be all. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care and Jai Hind. Thank you.